What's up again, guys? This is Ty Zen. In this video, guys, I want to do a price projection of Ethereum again. If you guys notice, if you guys watch any of my previous videos, you guys know that I did a price projection of that in my first video with leonfood.com. I said that I predicted that Ethereum will reach the 15 millibit mark, and sure enough, it did, and it's around this area right here. And I made that prediction back when the price of Ethereum was somewhere right around the beginning of the year, when the price of Ethereum was near the 1 to 2 millibit mark. Okay, so again, this video, guys, I'm going to continue my predictions here and update my predictions for the price of Ethereum. The difference between this one and the previous video I made, guys, where I did the price projection at 15 millibits, I did it on a linear scale. And then the last one I did was on a logarithmic scale. And this one, I'm going to go back and do it on a linear scale again, just in case you guys are using a linear scale. All right. So as always, guys, I like to come over here and use my trusty parallel channel Trendline. Now, I'm going to show you guys something here. I have this on a daily chart, and I put it right here previously, and I had it up here. And if you guys will notice how price is bouncing off right about here. You guys notice that? This is a very good, I'm just going to move this line up to the previous high right there. Okay, I want you guys to notice how price comes back and retraces this. If you notice that during this channel, when price was coming up to here, notice how price came back and retraced back to this level right here. Notice that. I want you guys to pay attention. Notice how when it came up to here, price came back and retested that channel right there. And it also did it right here on that candle, right? Now, if you guys will notice, the same thing happened when we came up to here, right? Somewhere around here. The reason why I'm choosing that out in the middle of nowhere is probably on a 4-hour chart or something like that. You'll notice that the price retested here, and it retested there, and then now it's retesting there. So you can have it there, or you can have the trend line right there at the top of that corner right here, which will show that it's being retested here and right there, which are all good signs, guys, right? So now if we do that, and we can see that this would be places to go long, but that's been over with, right? So now we have to update the trend line to the new lows. So the newest trend line lows are up here now. So we have to readjust our trend line like that. But now, before we do that, I want you guys to pay attention and notice something. Notice how that the trend line before was down here. Right? When we had it down here, notice how when it was up here and being retested right there. Let me do this. Let's just say that the orange one is the, and then let me change this one to a purple. Okay? Notice how the first trend line, which was orange, notice how the trend was going at like a 45-degree angle. See that? It was going at a 45-degree angle like that. And then once the price broke through that orange trend line and it came up, now we get rid of this one, right? And now we use this new one right here, right there. When we use this new one, I want you guys to notice something here that's very important. Notice how when we put it there and we use that majority hit or the majority touch rule again to draw these trend lines, we draw it at the bottom of all these where it touches here, 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 and over here, right there like that. And we make this, if you guys notice, it used to be down here where we use that area right there to touch our trend line. Now we have to update it to include this now, right? So if you guys see this, right, notice how the pitch or the angle of this trend channel is now at a price point where it's no longer at 40 degrees. It's more of a like a 50 or 60 degrees. And what that lets us know is that there is more momentum coming into the price action here. So there's more people involved. There's more eager buyers now pushing the price up. So that's whenever you guys hear the term momentum trading, that's what that term comes from. And it's coming from when the trend is like this, and now it's, well, let me do it like this. When the trend is like this, and now it's getting steeper and steeper, that lets you know that there's a lot of momentum coming into and a lot of buying pressure coming into this, okay? So like in the previous video, guys, where I did the logarithmic price projection, in this one, I'm going to say the same thing here. When it reaches the previous high here, there's going to be a slight pullback. It might even come up to about right here, like this. It might even come towards an angle, something like that, right there. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes about like that. And then it pulls back, and it pulls back to about like right there. And then from there, then it will shoot up through like that. And obviously, it's not just going to go in a straight line like this up, and neither is this one. It's not going to go in a straight line up. And if you guys are wondering how I predicted or projected this to be at that angle, all I did was I took this, guys. All I did was this. I looked at the historical past, and I looked at, see how the trend of this coming up was, and then I looked at the trend of this right here, of how it came up like that, right there. You guys see that? So I'm looking at the angle in which the price moved up, and that's how I'm projecting it out to here, like that. And all I did was I kept the same angle. I just projected it out to be like somewhere about right there. It's possible that it will even pull through, pop through, and then pull back, and then come through like that. Now, if this comes through like this, guys, like that, then we can expect the price to come back down like this to retest it. And if it does do that, then it'll look more like this. It'll look more like that. And the reason why I'm saying is it'll be that angle is, look at the price here, guys. You guys see how the price angle of that? The angle of this is about a 45-degree downwards, right? So if we project that out, it'll look something like that, right there. And I would not be surprised if the price pokes through this trend line before it continues up, guys. So that's my projection. Now, if you guys will notice, I project that when price comes back down to here, it might even go a little bit steeper, guys, more like that. And then this is where everyone and their mother is going to take profits. It's going to be right around the 50 mark right there. Now, you can see that much clearer on the linear scale than you can on the previous video that I did, where it's on a logarithmic scale. On this right here, this is an area of what you guys remember that I call a price intersection. And this price intersection is called an area of confluence on Wall Street. On Main Street, where you and I come from, we just call this an intersection of a trend and a resistance. So right there in that red spot right there is an area of confluence or an intersection of resistance against a upper trend line channel. Okay, so this would be a good place to take profits. This would be a good place to take profits over here, even at the 45 mark, right? So these are all good places to take profits, but definitely right here. So because of the way that the setup of this linear scale, guys, I'm not able to project that much far out. So I'm just going to stop there at this price projection, even though on the logarithmic charts, I was able to project out to like 100 millibits. On the linear scale here, I'm going to look at it and just stop at the 50 millibit mark, guys. Okay, so thanks for watching this video, guys, and I hope that you guys benefit from. Oh, I forgot something, guys. I forgot to mention about the entries and the exits. Okay, now right here, ideally, you want to enter this trade somewhere around this area right here. Okay, somewhere around this area in the green is where you wanted to enter the trade, around the green area right here. Now, because if you enter here, obviously you would put your stop loss below here like this. You would put your stop loss below the low of this, which allows you to take a risk to reward of something like this. You take a very small risk for a very big reward right there. Now you'll notice that if you use a linear chart, scale chart right here, the risk is a lot less than using the logarithmic charts. Okay, so just be aware of that. Visually, it looks like the risk is a lot less, but if you do the math, it's very similar. Okay, it's just that the logs charts look a little bit different than the linear charts, but the risk is about the same. Okay, so now if you come over here, guys, and you put this down here, it's still doable right there. You see that? The risk to reward is still very doable, and it's legitimate enough to where you can do that. Okay, now if you put the risk right here, okay, then you can project this out to up to here or even up to here. right? So that's a lot of reward for the small risk that you take, and it's definitely worth it. Now, if you get in right here, unfortunately, the price is already here. So let's say if you get in right there, then where would you put your stop loss? You put your stop loss below the low of this, and that would bring your risk to reward like this now. Okay, it would bring your risk to about a 2 to 1 if you take profits at the previous high, and then if you go up to the 50 mark, like I had discussed here, then you can look at a risk of, let me see, 1, 2, 3. It's almost about a 5 to 1 risk to reward. So it's still worth it, but I would wait until, if I take profits here, I'd put a stop loss right here, guys. So just be aware of that, okay? So hopefully this video helps you guys understand where the price of Ethereum is going to go in the short term here this year in 2016, and how to use a linear scale chart and trend lines to project the price of Ethereum. If you guys like these types of videos, give me a thumbs up on it. If you guys have any questions or comments or suggestions for future videos, leave it in the comment section below. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure you click the subscribe button, because we try to give you the best information that we can. We've been investing in cryptocurrencies for the last few years, made a ton of mistakes, lost money, made money, lost money, made money. So we just don't want to see other people have to go through that misery, okay? So thanks for watching this video, guys. And if you have some friends that are interested in investing in cryptocurrencies, make sure you share this video with them, and then that way they'll know how to get in and how to get out of the trading Ethereum or investing into Ethereum. So thanks for watching this video, guys, and I will see you guys in a future video.